Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Ooh, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up saying, you're gonna spread your wings and take to the sky. But until that morning, no, there's nothing can harm you. Not with mommy, not with daddy, standing by. Not with mommy, not with daddy, standing by, baby. You better not cry.
And just like that, your favorite Friday night indulgence is back on your screens. Of course, it's Trendz Live, and I'm your host, Kensani Khoza. But because we are family now, please call me Candy. Already with our opening performance, you know it's going to be a jam-packed show. The drag diva was just giving you a taste of what you can expect on tonight's show, as they will be joining me back on stage for a discussion with Lelo What's Good and Yaya Mavundla as we reflect back on Pride Month. But for now, let's get things started. Established in 2022, the Top 16 Youth-Owned Brands Awards, popularly known as the Yobas, are a platform that is aimed at recognizing and celebrating the gold standard of youth excellence. The awards acknowledge that young people are not only contributing to South Africa's economy, but the overall image of the country. Producer Noni Kumalo took to the African Excellence blue carpet to check out the fashion. So Mama Langne, let's do ourselves a favor. Please hashtag on SABC Trendz Live what your favorite look is on all our social media platforms. Lights, camera, action.
The Top 16 Youth-Owned Brands Awards are the gold standard of youth excellence. Trendz Live is on the blue carpet, and we're here not to just chat to the nominees as well as the attendees, but we are here to also find out what the interpretation is of the dress code, which is African excellence. Let's go take a look. My mandate for today was to really focus on impahlas, okay? And obviously the dress code for today was African excellence.
Yeah.
And I want to find out from you, do you think you've excelled in that department?
No, look, I think so. You know, African excellence is something that's open, free for, understanding. And I put out African excellence in the way we're able to put things together.
Okay.
You know, and this outfit, I think, speaks about that beautifully. And you see the gold detail that's over here as well, showing the lion that's over there as well, showing the pride of African excellence. So I'm wearing Port of LNG, local brand, youth-owned brand as that, obviously keeping with the theme. And I think it did it well, because usually when people think African excellence, they're always thinking out in the wild. And I'm just like, no, African excellence has a place in South Africa, in Europe, in New York, all at the same time.
I came here with Crocs. Would it be okay if I was just walking with Crocs on? Would I still be hired?
You know what, I believe African excellence is in the DNA. So like African excellence gave me her, you know what I'm saying? So I did it, I topped it off with a little brown, some heels on, some embellishments. You cannot go wrong with some details. Kept it short, cute, classy, funky, just to set the mood for today, because today's about African excellence and celebrating each other, you know what I mean?
I really don't know how to feel right now because I'm standing in between tall glasses of champagne, honey. Girls looking absolutely delicious. The one and only Kositala. I mean, you are the nation's favorite, madam. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness, really? I mean,
African excellence, it's all about you feeling comfortable in your own style or in your own body. So basically, I do believe that I look absolutely stunning and I feel comfortable in my own body and in this dress, and that's just about it.
I love it. She said, I'm the African, and that's all that matters.
you know, I'm all about royalty, so I'll take any chance to show the world that I'm, some call me king, but I am a princess within me. I'm a little African princess, and that was the goal. I wanted to look like an African Barbie, an African princess.
So since I look this one and just see my award-winning friend.
The best way for me to interpret that was to come as myself, and I thought was the best way of showing up as myself in my cultural clothes and representing my culture, Sepedi. So that's how I actually interpreted it. I think the more we become original as the celebration today, it's all about youth-owned brand. So I thought the best way to show up is coming as my own brand.
And your top education brand 2024 goes to Tlhogi Mentorship Academy.
For me, it's not just Youth Month, but it's Pride Month as well. So I want it to be regal, I want it to be very colorful and stand out. So definitely, I think I just hit the theme on the head.
I wanted to wear blue first of all, just to really match the blue carpet. But I really love this dress. I think it's so regal, it's so African, it's very Xhosa, but I think the pearls just represent a beauty and an elegance. And I think with the kind of work that you do, your work is not just to survive, but to thrive. And I think fashion, especially for women, really speaks to the beauty and the elegance of that.
The winner is
1, 2, 3, go!
To be honest, we'll start with the hair because I just wanted to do it like an updo, keep it natural. That was like the vibe here. And the rest of the dress, if I'm being honest, it was just thrifted. It just so happened to really work with tonight's theme, standard of gold excellence. So we're coming through with a little bit of beadwork. Africa to the core, baby, like through and through.
We need to stay and remain cognizant of the fact that we're in a space of creatives and we express ourselves differently. And the Top 16 Youth Owned Brand Awards wanted to create a platform where you can shine just how you are, because that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to put you in center stage just the way you are, and we're trying to recognize you.
When I say top 16, you say your words. Top 16? Top 16? When I say top 16, you say your words. Top 16? Top 16? Okay, we're awake, we're alive. I love it.
What an incredible night of young people doing big things with a bit of fashion, of course. Here are some parting words from some of your faves.
I would say to them, beauty lays in the process. You need to go through the process in order to mature, in order to fall into your mistakes, in order to rectify where you messed up. And that's how great people become great leaders.
Push, take the chance. If you don't take the chance, you don't know what's going to be on that other side of that chance. You never know, you could be joining us next year at the Blue Carpet Experience while me and Karen are hosting the awards. Okay.
I think an evening like this is an encouragement. Seeing all the different brands that are owned by young people. And I still remember to this day, there's a guy, I'm sure that guy must have been like 17, who was selling jam. A setup like this is the encouragement that we need to see that young people are doing it. Young people can do it. They're not the future, they're currently now.
tonight is the night to validate the dreams of Africans, which is what you need as an African. You need encouragement. As a person, you need that. To say you can do it, your dreams are valid, and do not stop, keep pushing, because it's not just about you. You are putting fire into the little ones who are looking up to you, so they can push even harder.
Oh yes, thank you so much, and a huge congratulations to every single person that has won the awards today. Keep shining, guys.
The month of June is Pride Month and commemorates the ongoing pursuit of equal justice for the LGBTQ+ community, as well as celebrates their accomplishments. And on tonight's show, we're doing just that. We're celebrating our queer individuals in the creative industry. I'm actually so honored to be having this discussion as we delve into the vibrant and diverse world of South Africa's creative community. I'm joined by 3 incredibly talented individuals who have not only made their mark in their respective fields, but have also championed visibility and representation for the LGBTQ+ community. We have Adam, who actually opened the show for us today, a captivating drag performer, the drag diva whose artistry knows no bounds and has been a staple entertainer in the South African drag scene for many years. As well as Yaya, a trailblazing artist, multi-award-winning transgender activist and former reality star. Of course, last but not least, Lelo, what's good? A dynamic international award-winning DJ, producer, writer, and cultural curator. Together, we'll explore their personal journeys, the impact of their work on the cultural landscape, and the ongoing evolution of representation in our creative industries. So without further ado, let's get into this conversation. Welcome to Trendz Live.
Hello.
I mean,
Thank you so much for having us.
Only a pleasure. All of you are looking so amazing. But Adam, why are you like outshining me on my own show?
Girl, I had no choice. Y'all said I had to come out to the television. I said I have to give the children what they're looking for.
And you literally gave the people what they want.
Listen, don't zoom in too close though. These nails might come off any second. But the rest of it, girl, we're here to be structured. I'm here to serve.
We love that you're actually here. I mean, I'm sure you get this question all the time, but how on earth did you actually get into drag, and how did you decide to make it an actual career?
Can I tell you something? Drag is a calling. And the reason I say that is because it's really difficult and you look so busted for so long until you start looking good. Drag is a calling, you know. Since I was younger, I've always again, I'm spilling my own tea, but I used to sneak into clubs when I was younger because, we're all wild, underage. And I would sneak into this drag bar and I'd watch it every Friday and I was like, wow, that's my favorite thing. Okay. And then eventually I started watching Drag Race, and then eventually I was like, I think I can smoke them. I think I can smoke them.
And you are killing us right now and burning it up.
You do want the smoke with me, Jolene. You do want the smoke with me, honey. I'm ready to rumble.
I absolutely love that. I mean, everybody is just kind of a force to be reckoned with in your individual spaces. But yeah, I have to come to you. I mean, you're a trailblazer. You've done incredible work. We've seen you on TV screens, billboards. When you think about where your career started and where you are right now and the work that you've done, how do you feel like the representation of transgender individuals is looking like in the landscape right now in South Africa?
You know, to be quite honest, sometimes I get so mad because I think there are a lot of trans people who should be sitting with me, who should be where I am, because there are so many other ones that are really, really talented. But truth is, the industry hasn't really opened that door for many trans people to really be there.
Oh, wow.
You know, even for me, for the things that I do, it's because I create my own opportunities from time to time.
You did.
You know, I just make sure that there is no way that I'm not going to be seen. And I make sure that when I'm seen, people need to really need to remember what I did. You know, I whatever that I do, I make sure that I'm intentional about it. And I can't wait for people to actually see what's more I'm about to do.
Okay, we'll get into that more that you're about to do. It's a Khale. But Lelo, what's good?
What's good?
You know, I love saying your name. It honestly excites me so much.
I mean, it's the best thing. I really just wanted people to experience joy whenever they see it.
I mean, we experience joy as well when you are playing and you are DJing at your sets. But how do you think music and just storytelling and art in itself, lends a hand to representing the community?
I think in a lot of ways, I think people forget that the queer community has influenced.
Oh, honey.
Culture in general. I think there's a lot of things that we've created, and there's been erasure in general. And I think what we're doing now, even as creatives who are queer, is we're trying to rectify that very mistake that people have made of like coming into spaces and just, you know, just taking up space and doing what we do and doing what we love. And yeah, just being advocates for ourselves and the people around us.
I mean, I'm sure people watching at home right now are so proud of you and the fact that you guys are here. You're showing the next child that it's so possible. But yeah, let's get into what you said earlier on about like the work that you're doing. I mean, you right now have like your artwork that's at the women's prison by the Constitutional Hill. I mean, tell us more about those initiatives and the things that you're passionate about and even this artwork that you've done.
So I've always wanted to paint for like the longest time. And I would ask people to teach me. They'd be like, okay, we'll do it. But I think people, you know, when people say a trans person, they already have an idea of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So a lot of people were like, nah, she wanna paint, why? She should do other things. So let me just teach myself. I tried, I swear to God, I just picked up, I went to go buy a canvas and paint, and I started painting and it came out together. For things that I wasn't sure about, I watched YouTube and I approached Cornhill to exhibit there, and I had my first solo exhibition there. And since then, I mean, the reception that I received also, even like, you know, from people that have been painting for many years, you know, I've had really credible galleries reaching out saying, you know, they want to represent me. And for me, it really taught me to say nothing is impossible. And I think it's important for many trans people who are told that you can't, to tell themselves that, yes, I can and I will do it.
And then we can see that you are all doing it. But Adam, back to you. I mean, you got into something that a lot of people wouldn't naturally get into. And I don't think that in South Africa, we're at the level like, you know, it is obviously internationally. Were you ever scared of like entering this as like a full-time career? Like, are there challenges and obstacles that you've experienced?
Let me tell you two things. There are two things to that. Firstly, I have had the fortune to work with the stars from Drag Race, from RuPaul's Drag Race and international queens, whatever. And I mean this when I say we have the best drag queens, the best drag performers that I have ever seen.
I know that.
And I mean that.
Okay.
I mean that. I really do mean that. The fact that people, you know what the hurdle is that drag artistry, I find in South Africa, has been, like Yaya said, has been put into a certain box, and people have something to expect, and they don't see drag artists on TV. They don't see the drag artistry moving forward. The difficulty was going to somebody and saying to them, you need us. You need these performances. You need this because we need to feel, drag is freedom. We need to have a taste of freedom. You know, some of us have had a long week. Some of us have had a long week. And then you end your week and you go to a place where everybody can be free and loved. And it's very kumbaya, you know, it's very that. But the truth of the matter is that the difficulty stems from the fact that people want drag queens to stay small. Which is ironic because they're also huge. No, because it's so limiting to feel that pressure. However, another thing I will say, we push through that pressure.
And you guys are definitely pushing through. I mean,
I know that's
we're
right.
obviously going to be wrapping up the interview quite soon. But Lelo, I have to ask you, I mean, in some of the challenges that you've obviously had in your industry, like how have you overcome those challenges to bring you where you are now?
Oh man, I've had to knock on so many doors, especially as a DJ, especially as someone who's actually like out and out there. I've had to push through all the doors. I've actually had to just like be myself most of the time. And that has just helped me in, you know, navigating this whole industry, you know. We know there's a lot of gatekeepers and all of that stuff, but you just overcome that by just being yourself and just doing what you do.
I honestly would have not wrapped up this conversation any better than that. Lelo, Yaya, Adam, thank you so much for being here on Trendz Live. And one thing that I'm sure about is the fact that the community and the future of the LGBTQ plus people and individuals are sitting in a great place because we've got such individuals in studio with us. And I hope that you at home right now have been fully inspired. Right now, though, we're going to take a quick ad break. And when we come back, Trendz Live continues right here on SABC Channel 404. I know. You can see my guests today are looking so good. Inside the Yobas, we're welcoming you back from the ad break. You're tuned in to Trendz Live on SABC News Channel 404. And the show goes on with the ancient mysteries and practice of Chinese tea ceremonies, which are unpacked right here in front of us in Gauteng. You no longer need to travel to the Far East. It is a practice that cherishes companionship, or more intentional to share heritage and global histories. From tea leaf to tea cup, it is an experience that will leave you feeling calmer, appreciating the delicate notes as they dance on your palate. Rifule, our producer Matele, explored an award-winning Chinese tea house in the House of Bedford View. So let's take a look what she got up to.
We're out today in the east of Johannesburg. I needed something to calm my nerves. Look, the city has been getting to me. And what can you do on a beautiful day like this? Sip some tea, honey. We're here to learn about the rich ancient mysteries as well as the health benefits, the stories behind tea ceremonies. We're at Tea and Antique. And listen, it is about to be something wonderful. Come along, let's sip.
So for the business, it's me and Johnson. We did this shop on 2022. So this is December. So this is our second year now. And the shop with our customers supporting is growing. We are the first new Chinese style traditional Chinese tea garden in the South African. So we service the tea, we explain the tea to the customers. Also for the food is something from my hometown. I'm from Shanxi Xian. Also some from Johnson's hometown. He's from Qingdao, Shandong province. Yeah. So it's the two North Chinese city combined.
It's not only about the flavors, but forming a deeper appreciation of a sensory experience.
We've got some royal black tea. John, can you tell us a little bit about this? I hear it's your absolute favorite.
Yes, well, actually this tea is my favorite. This tea was actually introduced into England in 1662, and it was brought over to England, and it was introduced into the British court. And this became very influential tea, hence it's called the royal black tea. First of all, you need to take the leaves and you need to wash the leaves first, okay, in hot water. And afterwards, then you obviously use the tea to warm the cups, because you can't serve tea to a guest in cold cups. It's an insult. So you need to serve it in hot cups. So then afterwards, then you throw out that tea after you've made the cups to be warm, and you then put another bit of water into the tea, and then you drink it the second time around.
The different tea have the different function. So like this season, the best tea for the winter, I think is a pudding white tea. I think you test this just now. That tea don't have the fermentation, and the tea made by 2013 already kept more than 10 years. So that you drinking regular can improve immunity, protect you in the winter, yeah. And like the jasmine green tea, that will help you detox.
When it comes to, picking up the cups and setting them down, there's, do we clink? Do we get to cheers our teacups?
No, unfortunately, it's not like Western tea where you cheers, okay? There's no cheers in the Chinese culture, as in, dinging of glasses. Yeah. Because, these cups are very fine, okay? And they can break because they're made of porcelain.
So tea in China is very daily and normal things in our life, because China is known as the homeland of the tea, and the tea history in China already have more than 4,000 to 5,000 years.
The cakes made with mung beans had a mild, slightly sweet flavor, a creamy, dense texture, which complemented the delicate tea flavors. The patterns are also symbolic of the meaningful Chinese legacy of wellness and prosperity, which is also a large part of their regalia.
Now that I've been learning more this afternoon and fully immersing myself, I think we can turn it up a notch. This budding tea connoisseur needs to complete the look, right? Yeah, the hair, check. Earrings, check. Outfit, let's change it. I think I've completed the look now, huh? What do you think? I feel a part. I think I can belong to a certain dynasty. Call me Fifi of the Basotho dynasty.
This one is a root from the Tang Dynasty about 1,400 years ago. The Tang Dynasty laid wearing like this one.
We caught up with locals who've been savouring these unique tea blends.
I'm a local here in Bedford View, and I must say the food is outstanding here, and so is the tea.
There's jasmine tea, there's green tea, and there's red, for us it's called red tea or in black tea. And then there's flower tea for us, and also there's different provinces from in China has different their provincial tea like.
Just experiencing the whole tea ceremony is something unique and different that you don't really get here.
Wonderful. Would you say it's something that you need to experience with friends and family?
Yeah, definitely. It's really nice. I mean, having parties here, you can have little bridal showers. It's a nice experience. And they have clothes here that you can dress up in, like traditional dress. So yeah, it becomes quite a fun experience.
As you can see, I've been fully transformed, looking like $1,000,000. It has been amazing. My belly is full of tea. We've shared stories, history, heritage, and most importantly, culture. Some good nibbles as well. I implore you to go out into your community, try something different. You never know what is hiding in between the streets of Johannesburg. And today we're out in the east of Johannesburg, and trust me, it has been amazing. Be sure to try something different and steep yourself into a hot cup of tea. All I can say is sheshe.
Oh man, our Zen queen, Refilo Matela. Sip on that. Now, the days might be shorter and the nights longer, but let's face it, winter comes with its own unique travel wonders, and we took the opportunity to soak in the sun in Magaliesburg's very own Imbabali retreat with our very own Puleng Mulebati. Howing.
An avid leisure traveler's urge to discover hidden adventures become the driving force behind the ever-persistent need to explore near and far spaces. So a road trip to the outskirts of Johannesburg was once again on our travel hit list. Crisp winter breeze and the majestic Magaliesburg Mountains welcomed us to the modest but friendly neighborhood of Hekport. En route to a resort, we spotted an adventure park, and being the spontaneous crew we are, we allowed curiosity to get the best of us, so we decided to stop by. Upon arrival, we spotted these friendly horses.
First of all, we have like 2 trails. We have 1 hour trail and 30 minutes trail. Also, with the horse, we can take like 10 people at a time. So also, when you come to ride the horse, you shouldn't be more than 100 kgs. So we take a person or someone like less than 100 kgs.
From a laid-back tour of the premises on horseback to something a little bit more action-packed. Laser clay pigeon shooting. I had never held a gun before, so I needed some training.
Laser clay pigeon shooting is not real guns, so it's a laser gun.
Mm-hmm.
So and make sure always when you are operating the gun, you doesn't want to put on the dust, so that the dust mustn't get in.
Yeah.
Also, make sure just taking 2 shots at a time. So also remember, once you load, so to reload the gun, you have to press the button down, then up.
But there are no real bullets.
Not the one.
So what are you doing with this button if there
Press it
are
down,
no
then up to reload the gun. Once you shoot twice, so you have to reload for the next shoot. So if you can see that side, there's a board which is showing the gun numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So if your gun number is gun 3, you check inside box gun 3, box 3. If you got the scores, you're gonna give you a 2x, maybe 1x, which is explain about the scores. So once you shoot twice, it gives the scores. Yeah. So like this, reload first, you shoot twice.
Okay.
So that sound means you miss. If you shoot, to give this sound like twice, which means you got the target.
If I hear the clay sound.
Yes.
Okay. From what age to what age can people play this particular sport?
Because I think this one is a bit heavy. Maybe from 10 to 12 years, yeah, they can use this.
This activity is a numbers game. The more people you have competing against each other, the longer the duration. 2 people going head to head wasn't much of a challenge. We were done in just about 10 minutes. And yes, I lost. But for a first timer, I get an E for effort. One venue conquered, another awaits. We headed to our lodge, which is 5 kilometers away from the adventure park. Here, we were ushered in by a live band. I was feeling a little bit peckish, so I grabbed a quick bite. And after that, we took to the ground with founder Catherine.
When we moved here, there was nothing in the gardens other than the big stuff that you see, and my husband and I planted everything that you see here ourselves. It was definitely a labor of love, but a lot of hard work went into it, and as you can see, it's really transformed into something beautiful now. And obviously we started off the restaurant more recently in December, and that was also another labor of love and really enjoying interacting with the people and cooking special meals for everyone. We've got three cottages, should I say, and they all overlook the dam and the Magaliesberg mountain. They're all equipped for self-catering with private bra facilities and private sit-down swimming pools.
Let's talk about the dam. When you moved in here, you found this dam. Did you know what you wanted to do with it? Was it also one of the biggest thing that influenced your decision to buy the farm?
Well, I mean, when you're overlooking this dam and you see the Magaliesberg mountain backdrop, I think it's absolutely stunning. Our fishing that we offer is on a catch and release basis, and you do need to bring your own bait and tackle, but you're almost promised to catch a fish when you do come here. All our guests that come here normally catch fish, which is awesome. We have a canoe here that anybody's welcome to use. Any of the resident guests are welcome to use. It's a canoe as well as a kayak, and swimming in here is great fun, and the water's actually lovely. I even had somebody that used to come here and train to swim for the mid-mile.
After admiring the splendor of this venue, it was back to the music and mingling with the locals.
Yeah, I've been singing all my life. I used to sing a lot on the cruise ships. I used to travel the world doing that. And then I came home, and now I just sing for fun. So when something comes up, then I entertain, but not full time anymore.
You know, you come here and you get it all. You get the scenery, you get the beautiful outlook, and you get the beautiful singer, and you get the lovely food. So, hey.
There's so much to do for the kids, so what I really love about it is that it gets the kids away from the screens. You know, in Joburg, there's not that much to do, but they come here, they're outside, there's swimming, there's fishing, there's hiking. We go on these beautiful long walks because there's lovely dams around. Say hi, SABC. Hi.
Winter sunsets are an event on their own. They demand that you breathe and relax. So relax we did. The bonfire was a splendid touch to seal the winter travel experience. Whether you are an indoors or outdoor person, farm stays are worth adding to your travel list. You'll thank me later.
At SABC Trendz Live is where you can find us. The UJ Arts and Culture, in collaboration with Fana Shabalala, is getting ready to showcase a captivating dance production titled Without Limits. This production explores the possibilities of blending dance and visual storytelling through video mapping projection. This upcoming 2024 Vrystaat Quincefiers is taking place from the 2nd to the 6th of July 2024. Our producer Selepe Mafadi had the pleasure of catching the last rehearsal before it takes to the stage.
The Vrystaat Quincefiers is in for a thrilling sensory experience as distinguished choreographer and performer takes to stage for a one-man production.
Without Limits, it's a production about the man who grew up in the village, who wanted to provide for his family, and then he became a chartered accountant working in a financial industry where everything is like solid, no room for improvisation. If you miss a number, it messes up everything. But for him, he thought it was a different world. He always misses home. and he lives in this apartment, like super street apartment without any sunlight. He misses the sunlight, he misses the normal life where he can improvise. Then he starts creating situation in his head. The last section is about the imaginary world where he's there, he becomes himself and he enjoys the nature. So basically it's about what people are going through lately. You're always working with numbers. How much am I getting paid? Is it going to be enough? If I subtract 1 rand, what is left? So it's the piece, it's all about that, what is happening now. A lot of people, I'm telling you, they miss nature. We miss being outside and not think about anything. Put your phone away and then just be yourself.
This production explores the blend of dance and visual storytelling through video mapping projection that brings out a fresh and exciting approach to dance.
Where it really started for us as the University of Johannesburg, we're known for 4IR, or as we speak about it now, technology for the future. And this was part of that experimentation, is to see how far we can push the relationship between technology and the arts. A few years ago, we've hosted the Futures and Beyond 4IR and Creativity Conference. And we've also last year presented Black Boy Meets Boogeyman, which was a fully immersive 360 VR project.
UJ Arts and Culture said, Fana, this is an opportunity for you to explore that sphere. And then we took Yegan, who does videos, film. He's a lecturer at VETS. He's been working there for over 15 years. And then we took Kuba, who's a music composer and a lecturer at ABDA. And then we also took Olive, who does the lighting. So we brought everyone together and said, let's explore this. How can we do it? And then we it's interaction between the body and the video and the music and the lighting. And then we also brought in Untabi, who did the costume. And then we said, we want something futuristic, at the same time still connected to the theme. So that's why you see the costume, it's not a normal costume, we're suggesting futuristic now. So that's how we explore this thing.
For over 23 years, the Kunstefees has highlighted national and international works. The university is delighted to once again showcase on the stage.
So we're very excited to take this particular work, not only because it is with Fana and that it is, there's not a lot of other dance productions, that it is an innovative work that we can contribute to the festival. Last year we performed Echoes of Heritage there with the UJ Choir that was composed by Mbuso Ndlovu, and we've won a Fiesta Award for that, actually 2 Fiesta Awards for that. So we're very excited to see how the audiences will respond to this intersection of technology and arts.
Of course, I'm nervous. As all creators, we are nervous when you bring such thing into life, because there is an arts festival. You can imagine you have lots of artists, you have musicians, you have dancers, you have actors, actresses coming in one space. Of course, everyone is watching what's happening. What is this offering? What's the relationship between video and video and the body? So I'm kind of nervous, but you know what? For me, in everything that I create and everything that I do, I give it all.
This dynamic story of the everyday rat race, told through video mapping and dance, has certainly opened a new virtual door that we cannot wait to see more of.
Now, on to ending Youth Month with an inspirational theatre production featuring more than 24 unemployed youthful singers, instrumentalists, actors and dancers. The African Spirit musical is currently showing at the Soweto Theatre, and it promises to be a thought-provoking, music-filled production which promotes nation building. On Trendz Live, we're joined by actress Nompumelelo Pucwa and producer Kekeletso Pofolo. Welcome to Trendz Live. It's so nice to have both of you. I mean, no stranger to stages and television. Lishapu today.
Thanks for having us, Candy.
Ah, man, such a pleasure. But Keke, I'm going to start with you because you are the producer of the production. What actually inspired this theatre production?
Many things inspired this production, sis. One of the things that inspired is to educate our young people. and to bring awareness on the spirit of Ubuntu, bringing, I mean, there's no schools that are teaching that, there's no tertiary that is teaching that, and also acknowledging the history of South African music, the history of South African political sphere. And also acknowledging Abu Mama. You know, sometimes we acknowledge Abu Baba because they fought for freedom and all the stuff, and we forget that there's women and there's people that fought for this freedom. So it's all edutainment. It's all edutainment and awareness, and also bringing young people out of the streets and you know, using our talents.
Oh man, using the talents, and you've got many of them. We'll get into that a little bit later. But Mpumela, I mean, you're acting in the production. So tell us a little bit more about what is your role and the uniqueness of this one, because you've done other productions before.
Yeah, I've done a lot of theatre productions, but this one was different from the ones that I did before. And the character that I was playing, I relate more to it.
Okay.
I relate more to it, even though Mr. Keke told me about the character, and there was a time in rehearsals, I was so emotional after doing the run. And he was like, Mpumela, do you really know where is this character coming from? Do you really know what's the story behind? I said, yes, Mr. Keke, you told me before, but and he said, no. Yes, I did tell you before, but do you really know? And when he told me, I was like, no, man, this is me. This is me. I relate more. It was kind of different than the shows that I've done before, because it was more of music and dance than dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised that you obviously had music in it. I mean, you're a gospel singer yourself, so it does make sense. But I think it's so beautiful that with this production, you're basically just really giving back into the community and helping these children that are unemployed. I mean, what do you hope people take away from when they walk away from the production that you've put together?
This production is multifaceted, my sis. It's a giveaway, as you say. It's giving back to the community, but also it is a message that we are sending out there to say, you know, we've gone through a lot as a country. There's a lot of bullying. There's a lot of things that this show addresses. The bullying in the schools. You know, teachers today are afraid to teach children because, you know, students are bullying teachers, and students are being bullied by teachers, and you know, GBV. So we're trying to address all these issues that are messing with the community, to say, look, there's a way we can deal with this, and yes, and we're bringing it out to them to say, listen, this is not the way to go, and this is the way to go.
This is the way to go. I was going to say, like with the production, just uplifting
solution, yes,
and giving solutions. Oh, I love that. So now we're doing this at the Soweto Theatre. What's the significance of actually taking it you know, what are a lot of us?
I think with Soweto, I think I'll put it as the center of different people, like different tribes. You're going to get Xhosas, you're going to get Zulus, Tswanas. Again, it's to put together the youth. The youth of Soweto, and educate them about the diversity of cultures, yes, and the importance of Ubuntu. So the reason that see Fagikonale is Soweto, it's to slanganisa the youth the slanganisa as
and it makes it so accessible as well. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, you could go, and if you're in Soweto, here's you getting to experience a production at a theatre stage. I think that's so beautiful. I mean, Keke, the National Arts Council, you know, has supported and employed like 24 beneficiaries. What are the benefits for these young people being in this production?
Many benefits: experience, exposure, and also we teach independence. We teach them this is not the end. This is just the beginning. We have a tour coming. We are actually beginning our tour this October.
Oh, exciting stuff!
We launched on the 6th of June, and October we're starting a tour. It's going to be beautiful. So it's exposure. It's teaching independence and showing the young people that with your talent you can go far. With your talent you can reach places. Otherwise, if you didn't use your talent, you wouldn't reach. You know what I'm saying? So,
and behind the scenes, in front of the camera, I think it's so amazing. And now you're teaching the young kids as well. Mention Keke, look at you. But Mpumela, I have to ask you, how did you actually get started? I mean, for somebody that's watching right now that wants to do what you do, how did you get started? Let's inspire somebody else about your journey.
I started when I was still young from the community groups. I think it's more important. The foundation must come from the community groups, and then I grew up doing. We used to call it a sketch, doing a sketch as acting, singing and dancing. Then in 2014, I got an opportunity to go and be trained as a professional dancer at MID.
Wow.
Yes. After that, then I attended workshops and I went to auditions. So when I was doing Angola Camp 13 in 2019, so an agent saw me on stage and they were like, no, we want to sign you. So I've been growing from that. So
and then Keke was also like, yeah, I also want to work with you. But I'm sure the viewers at home would not forgive me if I don't ask this, Keke. Any more music that we can be expecting just from a gospel perspective? I mean, we know the African Pride production is on, but you know, something else that we can be expecting very soon.
Definitely, I've been dropping singles. Resurgence is out. Even this Sunday, we're dropping in the morning, early hours of the morning. So every 2 months, we'll be dropping a new single.
All right.
Definitely.
I love it. Good, we're getting exclusive right here, and I'm just so excited that, you know, South Africans and Africans can experience this theatre production. So please go out there and support them at the Soweto Theatre. It's called the African Spirit Production. Right now, though, we're going to take another quick ad break, which, you know, we got to pay the bills. But when we come back, Trendz Live continues with so much more. Discuss more. This is Trendz Live, and we're with the dynamic musical duo, House of H&H, better known as Hope Ramafalo and Tlhogi Mash, who are unleashing more banging music for the streets and the viral TikTok Amapiano dance challenges, of course. They have a new one called Zalakayone that is doing the rounds on socials. And of course, we had to have them in studio to share more about their works and relationship as we wrap up the month of June. Welcome to Trendz Live. I love to see it. I mean, what's it like being young and queer in Mzansi?
I mean, it is bliss because, I mean, the kind of opportunities that we have now, so like right now we are just living in our own little world and we're just rocking and just being ourselves and just being liberated as queer people has just been just like an
amazing thing. I mean, I'm sure you're encouraging so many people out there to be loud and to be proud. So happy Youth and, you know, Pride Month to you both. Now you guys are making your own music, still with dance at the forefront. Tell us more about that transition from just dancing to their music.
So honestly speaking, like doing our own music is gonna work for us. Because like we've been doing the dance challenges and like we don't eat. The artist So I spoke to Hope and how about we start our own thing? Rebatted dance moves there in a cosmata already and see what we're gonna get. And we took it to the top.
And you're gonna be taking it more to the top. And that's actually what I wanna ask you. I mean, what's next for H&H, both from a relationship perspective and also a career perspective?
I mean, on a career perspective, I think you guys can like just wait and see because like we are about to like drop more music. We're coming through with the dance challenges. You know, you guys can expect an EP from House of H&H. So there's like a lot of things that are just like coming in the pipework. So you guys better stay tuned.
They must just watch this space. If somebody else that's young that wants to like follow their dreams and their passions out there, like what is something that you could say to them just to inspire them?
Like honestly speaking, I will say discipline first of all. Focus, do you, be you, like Pona. Focus on what's good for you.
What's good for you. I love that. Like to take this dance because I've got heels, but let's have fun with it.
Yeah, so okay. So we're gonna start here. So you're gonna say as Jaiveni Bafui. As
Jaiveni Bafui.
Kipi mali mali.
Aibo.
Dikaidi lale.
Aibo.
Malimkuza ute.
I'm so excited for this performance. But in wrapping things up, anything that you want to say to people out there with everything that's coming up for the both of you guys?
I mean, like, I'd like to give like a huge shout out to everybody who's been supporting us and who's just been like jumping on our DCs and music and just loving us and just having our backs. I'd like to just, shout out to everybody, the Pride babies.
No, you guys
Rainbow
are definitely
babies.
the Pride babies. But I have to still ask you, because we still have time together and I want us to just enjoy. Did you find it really hard going from being people that have danced their way to South Africa's heart to then doing music? Like transitioning for Luna Nelejwang?
The transition was actually quite smooth because just being a dancer, automatically music is like side by side. Maybe from a writing perspective and a vocal perspective, it was just like a bit of something that we had to learn. But it didn't take us too long. Mash and I invested in our own music studio.
Oh gosh, I need to give you a high five for that. That's big news.
So we decided, this is something that we're trying to take serious because we feel like we have more to offer. So yeah, the transition was just quite smooth. It's just like, some hiccups here and there, but it's just all in the learning process.
But I mean, it's all in the learning process.
Yeah.
But how are we keeping this together with everything that you're learning and that you're doing?
Like, I'll say, so we know what we want. We know we've been doing this for like 4 years. So, like, if Hope are, let's do this. It's almost so. I feel like that
listening
connection
to each other
yeah.
and literally supporting each other. I'm super, super excited. I want to thank you both for being here and wishing you all the best. I don't think I'm going to join you for the dance, but we want to say thank you and wish you everything.
Thank you.
But alrighty, that is how we wrap things up. The weekend is definitely upon us. Thank you so much for tuning in to Trendz Live. We'll be back at it again next week, Friday, 8 p.m. sharp, right here. Until then, stay sweet. Good night.
Awelele man, welele man.
Oh wow, welele, welele, welele. Oh wow, welele, welele, welele. Aspiration of way, keep him all in my name. But the guy you are way up. Mani mkuza ute, aspiration of way, keep him all in my name. Diga di la lea, mani mkuza ute, la 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 ya, loms mawako, la 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 ya na, loms mawako. It's a senza na kon, kinangamba na maposa, kaselano zos bola, ati, ito jiso ya gotola.
Ebalado ho, hey, Ajuman, 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 Ajuman. Naman. Naman. Utra. Dalaga yon. Kano titali di bod. Hegi tulen kano tipa.